You got the Rona, bro.
Got the Rona, bro.
All right. The Rona. You record on this thing? I guess that would help too, huh? All right, everybody. Welcome back to Open Mat Chat, episode 52. Today we have our buddy Isaac on, and we might have Trent not joining us. And we are going to recap a little bit of the UFC and just catch up with some training partners here. What's up, Isaac?
What up, boys?
It's good, bro.
How's not training been going for you?
Oh yeah, not training's been shitty. Not training's
Good.
been shitty. Ready to get back full time.
Bro, his training's out in the open because it's on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm to the point, man. I don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, I think all jujitsu people have just lost any sort of semblance of like sneakiness.
Right.
Nobody gives a shit now.
Yeah, and I just, I'm to the point now where it's just like you've done all you can do, and when we go back to regular life, like if you're gonna get it, man, you're gonna get it. And like if gym's open tomorrow, like full time, whatever, and everyone could go back to work, and I'd go back. Like my kids are safe, and like to tell you the truth, it's hurting us more not being physically active and social, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hurting.
And I get guys hitting me up all the time asking to train and stuff, and I'll train like 1, 2, 3 people, but I won't try to do I won't do big groups or anything like that right now. But fuck, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys have been meeting up in your garage?
Yeah, meeting up in my garage, and then a couple other guys, they got spots that they want to do. So I think tomorrow I might be going out to go train with Chris and them. But yeah, we're just meeting up at our houses right now for now and training. But yeah, I don't care anymore. I don't want to say I don't care. I feel bad for people who died, but there's far worse things, man. The murder rates in Louisville are like, we have, cops that train with us, and the murder rate in Louisville is like skyrocket right now.
Right. I would say, yeah, people are missing the point that, you can die, right? I understand you could die of COVID-19 from getting COVID-19, but there's plenty of people dying from COVID-19 that are not getting it. Suicide, crime. I guess domestic abuse is a real thing. I know it's a real thing, but it's really climbing up. A lot more of it, I guess. Yeah, it's affecting people in so many more ways. Like business owners. You're stressing business owners out. People that need an outlet, like going out to work out. Battling depressions and stuff. Me. I try to understand that a little bit more and more. Because we do have friends that suffer, and it sucks. So being locked in the house and not being able to go out and do something you love really does suck, because it makes me sad, and I'm always a happy dude.
Mm-hmm.
The sad part is all these businesses closing, man.
Yeah, it's scary seeing some bigger businesses close too, and a few local gyms. It kind of sucks, man. I'm really sad. I don't want that on anybody, And there's people out there that still haven't even or just lost it. We have people that are on our team that train, and they're bartenders, and like that's on the last of the list to open up. And some of them just now got their unemployment, like from the beginning, and they weren't even back paid yet. They just got their unemployment, like a regular check for the week. So they're owed a lot of back pay, and they still haven't even got that. Like, luckily they have family and people that could help them, and hopefully their landlords are being cool. So that's scary, man. People don't understand what I'm willing to do to provide for my family. I don't even like to think like that.
Weed is still illegal in Kentucky, so pretty expensive.
Right.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm lucky. Like our business, my work, we're doing like probably the best we've been, but we're still having to, jump through hoops to get things going. But a lot of our supply houses and other things that we get things from, man. I can think of 3 businesses right now in Shepherdsville that have closed down since COVID, and like little things little businesses that we use too, like little supply shops or little
Right.
graphic design shops that do all our postcards, like all those places closing.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, like me being out for 2 months now, right? It just sucks to be. I feel like I'm being punished in a way, just because I worked so hard to build something. It's like if I'm gonna be broke and having the stress like this, I'd rather it be something that I did to deserve it. You see what I'm saying? Like
Self-inflicted.
I've done everything right, to get where I'm at and to be in the position to live off training people. And for that to get taken away, man, it sucks, dude. And I understand we got to keep people safe, but we also have to keep our own family safe, and healthy and provide food, you know. So it's tough, man. It's a pretty tough position, I guess, for everyone. But
Ethan, have you been training? Have you been like working out on your own, like a lot, like running and stuff?
I tried running a couple days in my neighborhood, but like the sidewalks are super narrow, and you got assholes that pull their pickup trucks. Like, you know how like the big trucks, the front end sticks out,
Yeah.
18 inches, 2 feet. They'll pull it all the way up to the tires, so you get like that much room to run on the sidewalk. So it's just a pain in the ass. So I just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go to the gym, and train with Danielle.
perfect training partner. Perfect training partner.
Perfect training partner.
Yeah, just Danielle. I've only been rolling with Danielle.
And your dog?
Yeah, and the dog.
Savage, man.
So about the UFC 249.
Yeah, can you guys see the comment?
Yeah.
Who's going to win?
Now, what card is this? So I did not know until about an hour ago that there's a card tomorrow and Saturday.
Yep.
Oh, I told you this, bro.
Dude, 3 in a week.
Oh, I didn't know until you told me.
Yeah, tomorrow is a really good card. I think it's Anthony Smith is fighting Glover Teixeira.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony Smith's gonna win via submission.
Probably.
Dude,
Yeah.
I see that Nicky Rod's calling out Anthony Smith. You guys see that?
Yeah, for SUG. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I don't understand these MMA fighters calling out, or these grapplers calling out MMA fighters for a grappling match.
Yeah, he said, let's scrap. That's what he said. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
I
don't
like
know.
Anthony Smith.
I think Smith could submit him.
I don't know, man. He got second at ADCC. He's a pretty fucking good grappler.
About that card, Michael, I don't even know who's on it. Like, I don't know that whole card.
Dude, that was last weekend.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah.
What's tomorrow?
I think Michael might be on Internet Explorer, so we just now found out that 249 was happening.
Hey, I want to ask you guys, because you guys are experienced grapplers. What did you think about Eddie telling Eddie telling Tony to Imanari roll in the second round.
Good idea. It was in third round.
Third round, okay.
He took enough beating.
It probably would have been a good idea if he actually tried it.
More so for the leg entry, or just to try to get the entanglement on the
No,
ground?
just to get a scramble going. I think that's all they
Yeah.
wanted. They wanted to just create a scramble.
Mhm.
And if Gaethje would have jumped down into the guard or into half guard, then that's where they wanted it.
Yeah.
So it's like a Hail Mary, and he already took enough damage and wasn't getting knocked out on the feet. So they figured if it went to the ground, I bet they just thought it would be a better chance.
If you look at his fight against Barbosa was piecing him up on the feet, and you can't exactly shoot in for a takedown for a single or a double against Barbosa because you're going to eat a knee or an uppercut. So he threw the Imanari in, I think, the second round or maybe into the first, and kind of sat there and then was able to work his way up to guard and eventually darced him from there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's kind of what they wanted. They wanted to, create the scramble. Because Tony does really well in scramble. I mean, Gaethje, you could tell even when he hurt him, he stayed back. He didn't get too hyper.
Mhm.
And I heard his corner telling him that too. Like, hey, you know how you get, you better slow your roll.
Yeah,
I think
this coach is one of the best. Yeah,
that was some great advice, man.
Mhm.
Here in the corners, all the corners were great, but that was really good advice to him. It's like telling him you know what happens if you get crazy. You know what happens if you start rushing. Letting them know, look, you fuck up when you do this. So that's pretty good to know that you can say that to your fighter, and it's not gonna he's gonna think of his losses, and it's gonna totally throw him off. And he knows that he can say that to his fighter, and it's gonna encourage him, and help him.
Yeah.
So
Stay focused.
so that's really good advice.
So what? It's hard to see what's next for Tony now because I don't see what fight's next for him? He fight Gaethje again after Khabib or what?
There's no telling. I don't know, man.
I think it was too much of a beatdown for UFC to justify an immediate rematch. He's going to have to fight somebody like McGregor or Poirier, Hooker maybe, in order to get something going. He's not fighting anybody out of the top 5. But that's for sure.
Yeah, and he didn't he break something? Didn't his
Orbital?
Yeah, his orbital. So he's out for at least 6 months.
Yeah, so he's out. They want Gaethje and that turnaround to fight. I guess Khabib said he'd be ready in September or August.
August, yeah, August.
So
Yeah, I think I saw August.
depending how Gaethje's feeling, but he looked pretty beat up too.
Yeah.
No, he had a clean bill of health. There was no medical suspension for him.
That's crazy.
Which is weird. I was looking at that and saw a bunch of fighters that didn't seem to take a lot of damage in their fights. Still got 60-day suspensions, but then a lot of other fighters that looked like they got a lot of damage only got a 14-day suspension or no suspension at all.
Yeah.
Weird. Cowboy took a lot of damage, no suspension. But Pettis got a 60-day or 120-day or something like that.
Wow.
Dude, Cowboy, Pettis did him dirty. He poked him in the eye, man.
Yeah. That was an eye poke. They should have broke. And Pettis knew it, and he jumped in still.
Yeah.
That's a little
Knew the ref was that fight was probably one of the best fights I've ever seen, Pettis Cowboy 2. Because it had just about everything that you look for in a mixed martial arts fight.
Yeah.
They were banging on the feet. It was super technical on the feet, but also they had wrestling, grappling, clinching. It was all super high level, super good grappling,
Did you see Cowboy's takedowns? He chain wrestled real good on
Yeah, that knee tap to single leg to double leg,
Yeah.
beautiful. None of it was sloppy technique.
I thought they both looked really good, and for a prelim fight.
Yeah, When that fight's on the prelims, you know it's gonna be a fucking banger of a
Yeah, that was
card.
good. I was very disappointed in the fight before that with like Verdum because I'm a Verdum fan and I was like so hyped up to see a
I think we
heavyweight
all
fighter
were.
come back.
Mhm.
Yeah, we need the juiced up Verdum.
Dude, yeah, he even had like a little belly on him.
Oh, he
Burrito
did.
body, Verdum.
Yes. Yeah. I was sad about that fight.
Yeah. That was a fun fight too, though. That was a really fun fight. It wasn't
Yeah,
Verdum that choked out Kane, but it was still, super. And he came on in the third round and just dominated the grappling. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
I think it was a good matchup
Yeah.
because it could have been a lot more dangerous with somebody else that could push a pace a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Would have been in trouble.
If he had got fucking matched up with Francis,
Man, what a monster!
scary.
you saw DC. He said he'd fight him. He'd have to take him down as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not get hit in the back of the ear on the way.
DC is gonna have the dancing pallbearers in his corner.
Oh man, that's racist, bro.
That is messed up, dude.
It's racist too.
You're gonna have to edit that. Oh, we're live. Too late.
Live.
Hey, does anybody even give a fuck that Cejudo retired?
Yes. You hate him?
I don't think it's true, man.
I used to like him a lot until he beat DJ and got all stupid.
Yeah.
Did you see that boxer calling him out? Who's that young Latino boxer? Garcia?
Dude, you got to be more specific.
Mikey Garcia?
No, come on, bro. Look it up.
Mikey Garcia? No.
Is that who it is?
That's the only young Latino one. I mean, he's
Maybe
young.
that's his name. It's been being shared all day, bro.
I'm tired of these boxers calling out MMA fighters and MMA fighters thinking they're going to go do boxing. That's like,
It's a lot better pay though. They're smart.
yeah, they're smart, but it's like, what are you proving?
Just proving that they're gonna get a fat paycheck, bro.
Yeah, I really wanted Dominic Cruz to mess up Cejudo this fight.
But he was almost out 4 years, man. And looking at Cejudo in the past couple fights, it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, Cejudo's a force. I don't know who's at 135. That Peter Yan and I don't know who else. I guess Aljamain Sterling probably would be another pick to fight for the vacant title.
Why do you think Dominic Cruz wanted that fight?
Because of the past, the shots that Dominic Cruz interviewed him, I believe, when he beat. I don't want to screw this up. I think he, when he beat for the 135 title. I think Dominic Cruz was on the interview desk, and you could kind of see him sizing him up already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but man, that's a tough fight to come back. I know he don't believe in ring rust and all that stuff, but I don't know.
The ring rust might not be a thing, but momentum for sure is a thing. Cejudo has 2 world titles. He defended the flyweight title, won the bantamweight title, and then this was a defense of the bantamweight title. He beat the greatest of all time in DJ, and all this hype behind him, all this momentum behind him, going against a guy that's been out for 3 years.
Right.
If Cruz came back and fought somebody like I don't know, maybe Aljo, that's a tough, solid fight. He's on a good win streak, but not necessarily as much momentum behind him as Cejudo. That would have been a lot better fight.
Yeah.
Or even a rematch with that guy that beat him.
What do you think would be next for Dominic Cruz?
Rematch with Garbrandt.
Garbrandt, yeah.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
I think he'd beat him now.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Seems like Garbrandt's lost his edge.
He became
Well,
civilized.
Mm.
yeah,
Or maybe
I don't know how good, I don't know how close you all follow like their count, but you remember Justin Buckles, their old
Yeah,
coach? He just opened up a new gym, MFI.
yeah, he left.
So he opened up a brand new facility, like a nice facility. I think it's in like Northern California, not far from where they are.
I
Alpha Male.
think I saw something about that as well.
Yeah.
Faber is being a dickhead or something.
Yeah. I don't know if Uriah Faber was or what.
Yeah. I think wasn't getting the respect that he felt he deserved. I saw him on a podcast. He said nothing too crazy. Just he didn't feel like he was getting the respect he deserved there. And Faber was more like, everyone's the same here.
Do you feel that happens at a lot of gyms, even like just a lot of gyms in general?
Yeah, dude. You should have you been around Ethan lately? Head's getting so head's getting so big with that hairline.
It's just getting fluffy. It's just my hair is getting fluffy. I gotta shave it again. That's all it is.
I don't know, man. I think some people they need the pats on the back and stuff like that. So maybe they have to go to where they feel like they're gonna get that, And he was a coach there for a long time, but there's a lot of good coaches there too.
Yeah.
But who knows? It probably ends up being a money thing
Yeah.
at that level. With that level,
I just can't see Uriah Faber like being like casting that much of a shadow. I mean, he's done the most out of all of those guys in there.
yeah, it probably ended up being a money thing or something like that.
Yeah. You see those super teams. I think Alpha Male is like the only super team to last that long.
Right.
But all of the super teams, they end up falling apart because one guy's getting more attention than the other, or they're just not at the level that they thought they're going to be. If you look at Black Zillions, that fell apart quick. 3 years, something like that? Because those guys, they just weren't elevating each other to the same level. It seems like Alpha Male kind of hit that same thing. Instead of lifting up Garbrandt because he, was the champ, they were not really doing anything for him, and end up 4 knockouts in a row, 4 knockout losses in a row.
Has it been that many?
I think something like that. 3 or 4 knockout losses.
Good God. Yeah, like the Black Zillions, like Henry Hoof, his gym now, man. I mean, look at him. They got the one championship. I can't pronounce his name. The one championship guy who's the champ, Ong Song, whatever his name is. And then like they got Usman. I mean, they've got when Rockhold was still fighting. I guess he was there for a little while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, that's a super gym, but they all kind of just moved over to that from Black Zillions.
Hard Knocks.
Yeah, Hard Knocks.
Because I knew Usman wasn't with Black Zillions, but another like affiliate or like a former.
He was with Black Zillions.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was on the Ultimate Fighter with Black Zillions versus American Top Team.
Okay, that's the one he was. I didn't know that was the one he was on.
I think that Black Zillions guy, Glenn, or I think his name is Glenn or whatever, he had just money problems. And that's where you get back to the issue about money, right? So I think they just had a hard time funding the gym. Because MMA fighters are greedy.
Yeah. And you look at Overeem, he basically left Golden Glory because they weren't paying him to train there. And he like bounced around to gyms, basically looking for a gym to pay him to train there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Did you guys get a look at the UFC payouts?
No. You have them right now in front of you?
No. Ethan.
I saw it earlier.
Magic, bro.
I think Ferguson, it was just disclosed payouts. So it wasn't Reebok deals, wasn't
just their UFC pay. That's
yeah.
what all of those.
You're looking at Ferguson at 500,000. That's probably flat fee, and then Gaethje at 350. That's probably also flat fee, and then Cruz at 300, and Cejudo at 350. But I would imagine those top four guys are getting pay-per-view numbers and probably getting at least 100,000 from Reebok.
No, Reebok, they're probably getting like $5,000.
Like
Big names like that.
Reebok does them dirty, bro.
Like Cejudo to me doesn't sell pay-per-views.
No, but it don't matter. He should still be getting paid, bro. That's
I
weak.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But like the whole thing on like the main event stuff, like Ferguson making 5 and then Gaethje making 3, like Gaethje stepped up last minute and was gonna take the fight in, a couple weeks. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. His backroom deal was probably big.
Yeah, it was Ryan Garcia. They were tweeting each other, I guess, and
Was Cejudo calling out Cejudo?
Ryan Garcia, but you think Henry Cejudo would give me a good fight in a boxing ring? And then Henry said, "Get the hell out of here, you Oscar De La Hoya wannabe. I'll make you bend the knee in your own sport. Dana White, allow me to fry this fish." So that was their little tweet earlier. I think Ryan Garcia would tear him up though in a boxing match.
Yeah.
That'd be a bad idea.
yeah.
But that'd probably be at least a $5 million fight.
I've never heard of Ryan Garcia. I have no clue who that guy is.
Are you serious?
Look, we can't talk about boxing without bringing up Mike Tyson. Who the hell is he gonna kill?
Another old guy, right?
Another old guy.
I saw Shannon Briggs saying when he's wanting to come out of retirement, but
he would get killed.
Man, I don't want to see those old guys come out. I mean, Tyson's like 55 or something.
It should be a charity.
Yeah, a charity exhibition. I'm good with that.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Like a 3-round, 1 or 2 minute rounds sort of thing.
Yeah, so we'll see if Tyson can actually, hold back some punches and not be the animal he's used to be. That'd be the problem. Okay, yeah, hey, let's just knock off this ring rust. Let's go easy. And whack comes a left hook.
Yeah. He's looking mean on those pads, man. He's looking really good.
He still looks super fit, man, and quick.
Yeah, so he's training with King's MMA coach. What is it, Rafael Cordero, right?
Oh, really? Shit. Okay.
Yeah, that's who's holding the pads for him. I watched an interview, dude, and he was saying like Mike Tyson hits harder than a lot of his 20 to 25-year-old fighters, blah blah blah. Which to me, in my mind, I was like, yeah, that's expected. The dude's been boxing his whole life. He knows the technique, right? But he was like, I think someone asked, I think it might have been Ariel, asked him like, who like is up there power wise? Like, who would you put Mike Tyson up there with? And Rafael Cordero said, the old Chuto box days would be with Vanderlei Silva. That's where he, like, as far as power goes,
right.
It's not hard.
That's great, dude.
Yeah, it's nuts, man.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a charity event, go for it. But to actually try to make a comeback or something, I hope that's not what he's trying to do.
There's no way his old wrinkly ass is going 12 rounds.
Nah, dude. Especially with the weed consumption he takes on there.
Dude, I cannot listen to his podcast because he gets way too high on mic and then gets the munchies and he's like eating on mic. Yeah,
that drives me nuts. A smacker drives me nuts.
Yes, it's the worst.
Yeah, I can only listen to it if it's somebody really interesting on it, and I want to watch it. Other than that, I can't handle too much of it. I like the concept though. I like that he's doing that.
Yeah.
Well, the last one I listened to was him and Sugar Ray Leonard, and he was like crying in there. You know, he was going off, dude. That was just like, he was just. That's what happens when you do drugs like marijuana.
When you get way too high.
Stay away from marijuana.
Yeah, stay away.
It's bad for you.
And it's illegal, dude. Hey, speaking of marijuana, Kelvin Gastelum.
I saw that again.
15 months or something? His suspension?
No, I think it's just 9 months.
9 months? Oh, that's still,
Just let him do it.
And I'm betting it's probably retroactive to whenever he last fought.
Yeah, I'd say so. But I want to know like how they test like the trace amounts. So like, you know, if it's not illegal or if it's not totally, you know, like they have a susceptible, you know what I mean? I want to know what that is. Like
what? Yeah.
Is it one joint after a fight?
Knowing KG, it was probably like the day before the fight. He was just absolutely blitzed.
Yeah.
It was probably weigh-ins or something.
What was his suspension?
I think 9 months.
9 months. Yeah. That's not bad. I guess depends what your fine is too. I mean, it's so hard when it's legal in all the states that they live in and they train in. Like it's like popping for some Advil, ibuprofen. I mean, the same thing.
He last fought in November, so it'll be up this summer.
Okay, and the last fight was Izzy, right?
No, that was.
No, he fought Darren Till.
Yeah. Yeah, November 2. So 7 months ago. Almost 7.5 months ago.
Yeah, he'll be all right. Getting popped for weed. It sucks.
Yeah.
Hey Adam, what do you think Kentucky MMA? How do you think that's gonna revive? You think we'll get any shows this year?
Yeah. I say end of August.
Yeah.
So
I could see Brandon Phelps probably doing like a no crowd sort of thing.
No, I don't see anybody doing that. You definitely will go negative if you do that, because just the venue alone, you know, you're looking at a minimum probably of $2,000 for the venue. You got to think when you have to pay for their fight insurance, so it's usually $100 per fight. So if you have 12 fights, there's $1,200 plus $2,000 for the venue. So right there, you have to make that much money at least.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you have pro fights, then you really have to make, you know, you have to cover that.
Yeah. So, an extra probably $4,000 or something.
Well, yeah, no, pro fights are 300 for pro fighters.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what Phelps pays his fighters, but
I mean they get paid a little bit more, but you can get pro fighters on a card for 300. So one fight, you know, can cost you, you know, $900. So 2 pro fights, you know, 2 more grand. But yeah, so we couldn't do it unless B2, maybe they have some big money and they could just sponsor the fight. Mm-hmm. Like here's $5,000, put a fight together, let's stream it. Maybe people will buy it, maybe it's free. Who knows? Get some sponsors. Mm-hmm. But promoters, they want to make money, you know, so they would have to have at least they would have to have some kind of ticket sales, you know. Either, you know, guaranteed ticket sales from fighters to buy a pay-per-view, you know. If each fighter can sell, you know, 10 pay-per-views at $20, you know, they could try something like that. But it's hard, man.
Yeah, and getting some.
Regardless, whoever pulls the next card off in Kentucky is going to make a lot of money.
If they could have people in there, yes.
Yeah.
Like Lexington would be the ideal spot. Lexington or or probably Shepherdsville because they're both packed venues.
Yeah, I feel like Shepherdsville does a little bit better. When you have the top guys like Lance and the Fergusons, those are top sellers, all day. Lexington would be Jamel, top seller. Other than that, there's nobody else out here that sells tickets. So I'm not sure. I know, like Texas opened up, so Fight to Win has a card this weekend. They have look it up, Ethan. They have a card, I think, Friday and Saturday. Fight to Win, and I'm pretty excited for that too. I got Flow, so I'll be watching it.
Yeah, my friends in Arizona, their gyms open on the 15th. Their gyms will open on the 15th, I believe, is what he said.
What about Hawaii?
Dude, I was talking to my cousin FaceTime, and I spoke to my dad. My cousin was at the beach, dude, and the beach was packed like it was just everyone surfing, everyone on the beach, everyone drinking beer on the side of the road, just everything normal.
Right.
Like people just doing it. And I see some of the gyms, like guys are rolling, guys are training, and they're on lockdown, but they don't give a crap what the governor says or Hawaii's like that, man. You can't tell them what to do.
And the police probably don't give enough to care to, actually do anything about it.
Yeah, well, you got to figure too, man. Like the police, an officer that shows up, it's not like here where it's a big city. Honolulu is a big city, but you got to figure like all the officers are all local themselves, so you're either related to them or you grew up with them your whole life. So there's always a little bit of that awkward relationship of like, all right, dude, like I'm not gonna arrest you, but here's what I have to, do this or. So.
Yeah. When do gyms get to open up out there? Did they say?
No, my cousin's gym. He said that they're gonna open regardless on Memorial Day weekend. So I think that's the last weekend in May.
So they don't care.
But you gotta figure like gym owners like that, man. They've given up everything, and the cost of living in Hawaii is so high that they're willing to take a chance to lose it all on their own versus losing it all because of this mandatory lockdown. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm following, if you guys seen our buddy Tanner Rice in California, he opened his gym and he posted today that their governor made the lockdown 2 more months.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I guess there's a town it says because Cottonwood had a rodeo. So I guess a town out there had a rodeo. So they shut it down even longer. What a mess, man. It's sad that that people have to get to this point where they're like, well, I'm gonna open up and train until I get arrested.
Right.
It's so sad that we have to do that now.
Also, the sad thing is, like you mentioned, like we talked about MMA, like those guys like Lance, and then what's that other guy from Western Kentucky?
Nathan Maness?
Yeah, those guys like him, and then guys like probably Beverly and all those guys. They're like on the verge of making it like to the big shows, and now this is just taking time off of their careers. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Putting a pause on. Yeah, let's do what about what's his name? Bryce Mitchell?
Bryce Mitchell.
Oh, I would like to see that guy on a grappling.
Dude, I didn't get to catch it live, but I caught it the next morning. That was I don't know why the judges gave Rosa 24 and 25 points because all 3 rounds were 10-7s. He was that dominant. Rosa literally did nothing the entire fight, while Bryce Mitchell just grapple fucked him.
He looked like a white belt, and he's not.
Hey, Ethan, what did you call him in the group chat the other day?
Bryce Mitchell?
Yeah, you called him like a hillbilly something.
I think the hillbilly Khabib.
No, something else. Hillbilly something, dude.
What did I call him?
It was really good. It was fucking hilarious.
You don't even know.
Hillbilly Damian Maya.
Yeah, Hillbilly Damian Maya.
Where were
He's a
you, Ethan,
beast.
for that fight? I thought you were
Marcus
sitting.
was not there because we definitely weren't congregating at his house.
Oh, were you guys in the barn?
Yeah, we're up at the barn looking at his Camaro. Marcus has got a 68 with a 396 in it.
I love 68. That's my
Yeah.
favorite Camaro year. That and 69, right before 70.
Mhm. And it's going to be apple red.
Candy apple.
It's like
bro.
a gorgeous color, man.
With a racing stripe?
Yeah, he's going to.
He's putting a racing stripe on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right now, it's
Yeah.
just primered and then jammed out.
Isaac,
If
you
you
need to
could
come
have
out.
your own car, if you could have any car, your dream car, one car, what would it be?
A Yeti.
A Yeti?
Like the cup or the cooler?
Bro, the car, bro.
The animal? You're going to drive an animal?
Yeah, bro. But you never seen one? What would be your car be? What do you want? What do you want, bro?
Dude, it would probably be a 68 Camaro. I swear to God, not even saying that. My dad
Ethan?
had a yellow one with a white racing stripe growing up. It
Okay.
was beautiful, dude.
What's Ethan?
If they were safe, I would probably say like a 71 or 72 Barracuda.
Oh.
With
Jerome
that, the grill
Yeah.
and the plum crazy purple.
Rogan had one.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, 71.
Yeah. Those are dope. But man, those are like looking back on those cars, they are so unsafe, man. And bias ply tires, like just driving down the road and suddenly your tire just explodes by not hitting anything.
Right.
Like, fuck all that, man.
And while we're talking about dreams and money and stuff, been back to Hillbilly Damian Maya, he still lives in a trailer, dude.
Yes.
In Arkansas, right?
Do you follow his YouTube channel?
No, I just Instagram.
It's good. His YouTube channel's good, dude.
I need to go follow it now.
It shows him doing random shit like changing the tire and shit like that. And his training, it shows his training.
Bro, his jiu-jitsu is legit, man.
Yeah. I think
I like-
Mitchell's going to be a big star.
Yeah, I definitely like to see him on. They should get him on a grappling card too, just during downtime.
Do you know who his coach is? You guys know that Delgado guy?
Mm-mm.
Do you?
No, I just know his coach is like Rolando Delgado or Delgado.
No. Does he train with any other big names?
No, I think he trains with that other guy from Bellator. I can't think of his name right now, but I know he trains at two gyms. He's got like a gym in his hometown, and then I believe he travels like either an hour and a half, or I don't know how long, but he travels to go train at his MMA gym every day.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Dude, I just think, I mean, he's going for stuff like when he goes for those twisters. It's not like he's giving up so many positions to just go for it. Like
Just do something crazy.
Right, he does not care. He could have.
According to Wikipedia, he's a black belt.
Yeah,
But it
somebody
doesn't
said.
say under here.
No, I don't know who.
Does it show under who, like who his Delgado is? Yeah, you all should check out his YouTube channel because it kind of goes over all that stuff. Yeah, he's legit, dude. He was on The Ultimate Fighter. I did go and look it up afterwards. He's legit.
Yeah, who was the coaches on that?
DC and that's the one that Lance was going to be on. That the Lance went to go try out for.
Okay.
And that Manis guy did too, right?
The Undefeated?
I don't remember.
That's it.
I don't remember. I don't know. I what? Who are they going to give him next? Do you think?
Ryan Hall would be a wet dream.
Oh man, that would be a badass. I would definitely. I'd pay to watch that.
Yeah.
Ryan Hall wants big names, so he's trying to chase the big top of the division right now, huh?
I mean, that's what he says. He says all
Yeah,
these people.
BJ Penn and Gray Maynard are totally the top of the division, Ryan Hall.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like putting the beat down on a young up and coming star like Bryce Mitchell, that'd be a huge feather in his cap and, really boost his stock.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ryan Hall. He might take it if this guy maybe another big fight for him. I don't know. I think
Right now, you guys.
what?
But
I was gonna say it. Yeah, he's 145, right?
Mhm.
Man, that division is stacked, dude. From Calvin, from Cater to Zabit, Brian Ortega, Holloway, the champ, and then all those guys like Bryce Mitchell and then Ryan Hall. I mean, Frankie's still in that division, right?
Mm-mm.
What do you do? Go to 40, 35?
35.
55. What were you saying?
Looking at 55 as well. It's pretty fucking stacked. Like they're up and comers. They're 11 to 15.
Right.
Those guys are bad motherfuckers.
Who's on Saturday's card, Ethan?
What?
Who's on Saturday's card?
Don't know, man. I couldn't tell you.
Dude, you're like the Jamie of the open map chat.
He is, bro. He's got skills, bro.
I don't even know what that guy looks like from Joe Rogan's podcast.
Looks just like Ethan.
But with actually probably about the same amount of hair.
You think Joe pays him good?
Oh yeah, definitely, bro.
I'd love to know how much he makes off of his YouTube stuff for podcasts.
You can look
According
it up.
to the numbers from last year, he made like 30 million or something of just the pod. Like, I'm guessing just what platforms pay him.
Yeah.
Or what's disclosed. Not telling what.
What do you think the UFC pays him?
Probably close to the same.
I thought it was like 200,000 a show or something.
That's Bruce Buffer.
What? Dude, I'll go and scream in an ugly suit for 200 for 50,000
per show.
So, shit, Bruce Buffer's probably at
a lot.
30 shows a year.
Hey, when we were at EBI in California, me and Isaiah, we were outside. They had some barbecue stuff going on, and he pulled up in a Lambo with a pretty nice looking lady with him.
Were you checking out another woman?
Yeah, she was hot too, but I was checking him out, bro. He just got this glow, bro. And he had one of his little jackets on and shiny shoes. And just pulled up in a Lambo. He gets out all GQ'd, and all the fighters there, like Isaiah didn't care about any of them. He's like, Dad, I want a picture with Bruce Buffer. I was like, all right, let's get you a picture with him, bro. Like, Isaiah didn't care about anyone else that was there. He's just like, oh, Dad, it's Bruce Buffer. And I'm like, okay, bud. Like,
this weekend's headlined by Reem and Walt Harris.
That's right.
And then Barbosa makes his 45 debut against Dan Ige.
Ige, yeah, he's a Hawaii guy.
Why? Are these fights free? I'm hoping.
ESPN Plus. No, ESPN. No, it's on ESPN. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, it's free.
tomorrow night's on ESPN Plus.
What's up, Doc? Doc's listening in.
Matt Brown is fighting again against some guy I've never heard of.
That's Saturday or tomorrow?
Saturday. Darren Elkins and Nate Landwehr. That's gonna be a good fight. And Dontel Mays makes his UFC debut as well.
Oh, nice.
Saturday?
Yeah.
Where's
No,
that
that's the second fight. Never mind. He fought Cyril Gahn.
Where does he train at now? You guys know?
Dante Mays?
I thought he trained somewhere in Indiana, right?
No, he moved. He trains where I think Ben Henderson trained, Arizona. Who's a big heavyweight out of there?
In Arizona? No say.
I can't think of his name. It's another big boy that trains out there. I think he's black.
Oh, that's very descriptive.
Yeah, really.
Big and black, bro.
Curtis Blades?
Yes. That's
Yeah, I
good.
did. Now that I think of it, I did see him tagged in some posts for that before.
Yeah. Oh,
Speaking of big, scary black men, Ngannou.
Oh my god.
And both Ngannou and Rosen Snooze are scary, scary dudes, but god damn, like Ngannou just has to barely tap you and you're dead.
Yeah, because that guy's a famous kickboxer, right?
Yes, dude had like almost 90 kickboxing fights and won most of them.
That's crazy, dude.
The thing about Ngannou is he's so scary, man, but his voice is fucking hilarious to me. He's like a softy guy.
Super soft. Seems like somebody you'd want to hang out with, you know? And then he's this giant, scary motherfucker that's like decapitating fools on the weekend.
Yeah.
Is he Doc's comment?
I see Doc's profile thing, but I don't see the question.
Your phone's too little.
Oh.
He said, man, how hard was it watching Tony get beat up like that?
It was a little bit heartbreaking seeing the absolute domination. That's for sure.
I enjoyed it, man. I don't really care for Tony.
It's just, I was more worried about his wife and kids because that dude's already had a few episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, it's nothing to do with getting punched in the face and head that.
What do you mean, episode?
She had to call the cops on him.
Yeah.
And she said
she had like an EPO out on for like a couple weeks.
He got a little abusive and was kind of out of his mind. And she was really worried about him.
It was like putting holes in their wall looking for cameras. Saying there's like government agents in his walls or some shit like that. If I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
How does a guy like that get cleared to get hit in the head more?
UFC has money, bro. Here, Doc says, why do you think he was doing the knee/thigh punch?
Because they
Probably to get him to
hurt.
shoot.
Because they fucking hurt.
He's probably trying to set something up.
Yeah.
Either
Maybe trying to see his reaction for that, for the Imanari.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. The throw the sand thing was killing me, though.
Yeah.
Funny.
Like that's definitely when you know he kind of resigned to the fact that he lost.
Yeah, I mean, but the dude still didn't want. He still didn't fall. He didn't go down, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like that's a good stoppage because he if you keep breaking your face, it's not a good thing, and you're going to be out a long time.
Yeah. Bad. That's one of those fights that I think he's never quite going to be the same. He's always going to be elite and always going to be competing against top 10 guys,
Right.
but I don't think he's ever going to go on another huge run. We may see him do like 4-fight win streak or something like that, but no 12-fight win streak against all top 10 opponents. Never going to see it again.
I enjoyed not having the crowd, dude. Hearing those hits was amazing.
Yeah.
Doc says, "Will Isaac take a fight after COVID's over?" No, I hope not.
Bro, no, you gotta know how to fight to put yourself in that situation.
Isaac's smarter than that, bro.
Smarter than
Jiu-jitsu.
that.
Will
Jiu-jitsu.
Doc take another fight when COVID is over? That's my question.
Doc doesn't believe in COVID, so there you go.
Doc was
the
at
5G
the Capitol.
towers.
He was on the news. Doc was at the Capitol.
He was at the church too.
He's wild, bro.
Boy,
Did you guys know that he went to the church when they had church service and they were going around finding people? He was there. He's like, I just didn't park in the church parking lot, so he didn't get a ticket thing. I don't know, man. The highlight of the night for me was definitely the Tony Ferguson fight, and the Francis fight. I missed it because
you blinked.
we were trying to keep our 6 feet distance, and I got kind of pushed into a wall and blindsided by Gabby, and I missed the knockout. But I got to watch the replay, and it was awesome too. But I don't know, the Tony Ferguson fight was just it kept me like pinched up, like oh my god, like I don't know.
Looking at the actual stats of that fight, Tony landed 136 significant strikes, while Justin landed 143. So it's like looking just at the numbers, it's like super close fight.
Yeah.
But the damage was clearly uneven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Justin landed 143 strikes out of 197. So he only missed 56 punches.
Efficient as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. And I guess on the prelims, the Bryce Mitchell, I think that was my favorite fight. The women's fight, I was not happy with. I felt like Michelle Watterson was holding back. I don't understand it.
I felt the first round she couldn't even get her range. Like she was kicking full on at nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Was she scared of the takedown or what?
Have they fought before?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But man, the thing about those fucking Jackson Wink fighters, they're all fucking IBJJF point fighters. They just stay away and tap go, or they just hug you and keep you up against the fence. Holly Holm, her last fight.
Right. Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Is that why you said you use Jackson Wink fighters to go in your beer break and bathroom break?
Yeah. Stretch out your legs, get a couple cold brews in.
Intermissions,
bro.
Hey, except Mike Perry, he brought it. But
yeah,
he is really an ATT fighter.
Yeah.
He just trained at Winks for like one fight.
6-week camp.
Yeah.
The cowboy fight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's at Fusion now, that other gym in Florida.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody wants that guy anywhere, bro.
One of his former teammates was saying he's just kind of
Got a lot of
trouble.
problems. Yeah, he gets cocky, dude. But
I think it was Rashad saying he's surprised he's not in jail yet because he's just a punk, starting fights and whatnot.
Dude, Rashad looks way better now that he's not fighting than he did when he fought.
well, yeah.
Yes.
He's like cut up and like healthy and healthy looking and whatnot.
Yeah, healthy. That's it, bro.
He's full plant based, full vegan.
Yeah.
Is Rashad? You think Rashad's going to come back?
No. He said
But
no.
at 170 this time because he's vegan.
He said hell no. No, I think he's set, man. What he's doing.
Mm.
But boys, we've hit an hour, dude. I gotta go watch a show. Dude. You guys should check out the show called Boardwalk Empire.
I told you about it.
Right, I told you about it. It's really good.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, I'm having a slumber party at Isaac's house on Thursday, but we're gonna do 6 feet apart. Is that where I'm sleeping?
On the mats? Wow,
Oh,
what a great host.
Hey, I'm expecting some good food too, bro. What did he do? Now he broke his camera.
Yeah, and
the cheap iPhone.
Guy.
The cheap iPhone.
Yeah.
He makes fun of our phones. And look at it.
Yeah.
It's frozen.
Yeah, at least my phone doesn't stop working halfway through the stream.
Right, bro.
This fucking guy. So what's Boardwalk Empire about?
Prohibition and like Al Capone and a bunch of the mafia guys. A lot of the characters are real characters, so
Okay,
it's pretty dope. It's on Amazon Prime right now.
So it's set in the 30s or whatever, 20s.
Yeah, it starts in the 20s and stuff.
Okay.
All right, let's go. One more question from Chris. Can you read that?
Who would you like to see win the sub underground tourney and challenge Craig Jones if he beats Wagner?
Oh, so a good.
Who's in that sub underground tourney?
I don't know. We're gonna have to. We'll chat about this weekend. We'll look it up and recap some grappling. But that's a good question. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to look it up. All right, Ethan. I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna go running, right?
Yeah, totally. 6 feet apart from each other, though.
10 miles, bro. Tomorrow.
Minimum.
All right, guys. Thanks for being part of our podcast. Peace out.
Peace.
Later,
Catch
bro.
me there.
Everything on the boss, Goss.
And this will.
And
Him there.
right there. Yeah, it's kind of confusing, right?
Yeah.
Right there.
There.
All right, guys. Later. Peace, bro.
Peace.